Hi and welcome to Hoxton Therapy. This is a narration of one of our articles. Psychologist London. When it comes to engaging with the kind of psychological treatment, many struggle to see the benefits. If you find yourself teetering on the brink of asking for help and pushing for assistance, then you might wish to consider the long-term benefits of getting involved with a psychologist in London. While it might not be for everyone, it's definitely going to help some people overcome the issues they face in life and find a more long-term solution to some of their most serious issues. What are the major benefits of seeing a psychologist in London then? Why do you benefit from doing so? A total lack of unbiased. One of the first and most obvious reasons that a counsellor comes without any bias, your friends and family will have their own take on any issues you have. Since they know you, and likely others involved, they'll naturally be biased in favour of yourself. This creates an unwelcome kind of certainty in life. Not only will you be more likely to stop having any kind of long-term change, but the bias that you hear will make you insulate yourself from asking questions about where you can improve. Psychologists in London don't have that connection and thus can help you to see where you need change. This helps to give you a new and improved perspective too. This is going to make it much easier for you to make changes in other parts of your life. When you get your mind in order and you know where you should be aiming your mentality, you should find it easier to make lasting change possible, without that fear of simply being told what you want to hear and then for never progressing. A psychologist in London can make a telling difference to your overall performance. Freedom from isolation. One of the main reasons why you might feel the way that you do is because you feel isolated. You feel as if nobody cares for your issues, or worse, you think that nobody understands. Talking with a psychologist in London can soon dispel such notions. Working with them opens up the perfect way to connect with yourself and your thoughts, and this can help you to see that your problems aren't quite as unique or impossible to solve as you may have led yourself to believe. The end result then is a much happier and more optimistic future, one which is built upon making sure you can see genuine change and positive progress for the years to come. This sense of not being alone is a very powerful one, and that can often play a major role in helping you to overcome the problems you face. When you stop seeing a problem as though that only you have and only you can deal with, it soon becomes easier to overcome any issue. It's not going to be impossible, but you'll enjoy a unique sense of freedom from isolation as you soon realise you're not alone. Newfound zest. When you feel like you are carrying a burden not only you alone can deal with, then you can very soon feel quite tired and drained. This can lead to immense mental and physical burnouts and could lead to you simply never finding a solution to your loss of zeal in life. With the help of psychologists in London though, you can get over the problem and instead make sure that you can avoid any kind of burnout. By simply working with psychologists to build a solution to help you manage your life better, you'll stop feeling like every day is such an overwhelming challenge. The main benefit of this stems from the fact that you will get to avoid long-term health problems. Instead of spending all your time firefighting, you can find engaging with a psychologist in London helps to bring back a return of energy which you feel you've lost. The end result? A far more positive and optimistic future, and an experience which is going to help you better define your long-term aims. Finding reality. Many reasons exist why working with a psychologist in London makes sense, and one of the most popular reasons that you will likely find is that it simply helps you to come back to reality a touch more. When you hire a psychologist in London, you are much more likely to find a pathway towards safety and openness of discussion. You might feel like you lack a safe space at home or in work to talk about your issues and problems. A psychologist in London can fill in for you at this point. They will give you a place to talk and share in any way that you would normally simply could not. This is going to make it much easier for you to talk without the problems that you usually would have. From being able to talk about the issues that you have to being able to speak with total confidentiality. This can be very empowering. This leads you to being able to get a nice dose of reality at the same time. You'll be able to find that your most serious problems are not quite so serious after all, and that much of the issues that you worry at can be defeated and accomplished otherwise. There is little reason to allow yourself to fall into this negative trap. With the help of a psychologist in London, you can find it easier to have a reality check and know when a crisis is a genuine crisis or when you might just be overblowing the issue. It's hard to get right, of course, but with the help of a psychologist in London, it's much easier to head in the right direction. You don't need to be crazy or depressed if you want to see a psychologist. If you have an issue, then it's better to discuss it openly instead of letting it fester, right? Hi, we hope you enjoyed that narration of one of our articles on our website, hoxtontherapy.com. As usual, we have our podcast, which answers your question, and the name of the podcast is the Ask Hoxton Therapy Show. You can ask us questions on social media, and we will answer those questions in upcoming either video content, and of course, when our video content's done, our podcast content audio is done as well. So stay safe out there. It's COVID-19 at the moment. Until next time, goodbye. Never act on any advice given in these articles, videos or audios. Always seek professional help before acting on anything you read or watch or listen to on this website, or in our podcast, or on our YouTube channel, or anywhere on our social media.